Good evening and welcome to our special meeting for today, which is May 23rd. We'll start first with roll call with the city clerk. Thank you.
Mayor Kaylee Clark, Deputy Mayor Amy Lamb, Councilmember Karen Howe,
Here.
Councilmember Kent Treen,
Present.
Councilmember Pamela Stewart,
Here.
Councilmember Ratuja Indapure,
Here.
Councilmember Roshina Farrow.
Here.
And as a first order of business, I'd like to move first that we excuse Kaylee Clark because she's out of the
Second.
country. Thank you. And just as a side note, Deputy Mayor Amy Lamb will be joining us in the executive session as soon as she can. So if we could vote on excusing Kaylee Clark, that would be wonderful. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? So Kaylee Clark is excused. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So let's have the Pledge of Allegiance, and I think Ratuja.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And if Roisin is ready with the land acknowledgement, if I hand it to her.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
We acknowledge that we are on the Indigenous land of the Coast Salish peoples who have reserved treaty rights on this land, specifically the Snoqualmie Indian tribe. We thank these caretakers of this land who have lived and continue to live here since time immemorial.
Thank you. And if we could approve the agenda, please. All those in favor?
Aye.
Oh, do I have to move?
I move that we approve the agenda.
Okay, let's do that.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, hearing none. The motion carries. And we have an approved agenda. We're going now to public comment. I don't see anyone in the room. However, I understand that there may be a couple of people online.
Yes, we have a few people online. If you wish to provide public comment tonight, please raise your hand. If for attendees who are joining by phone, please raise your hand by pressing *9. I see one hand raised at the moment, and I will transfer them right now. Paul Stickney.
Good evening, City Council. Paul Stickney, Sammamish. Your executive session may be about the Valderrama case. I don't know. We'll find out if you take action. And my comment is on three matters that are somewhat related. And my focus in these comments, I want to be sure I say this clearly, is not on who, it's on what. First, on the city manager report released last year, the facts and findings have never been released. And absolutely they should have been, because they're not exempt from the public after the investigation is over. In addition, the city manager report was pretty heavily redacted as opposed to just a few strategic ones. And I think it would be good to revisit that and release a more complete summary. In my opinion, this was a cover-up and it needs to end. You know, it's time for the public to know all that went on, see the facts and findings, and let the chips fall where they are with a fully informed public. Second, last January, when the public hearing was on the Treen censure, there was a signed affidavit by Councilmember Treen that there were no public responsive records on personal devices. But in fact, there were several that were turned in that existed before that was signed, and also used an email account for city business. And subsequently, Councilmember Treen has turned in other personal device records. Once again, I stress, this isn't about who, it's about what. Here's my question. As a council, if a council member, commissioner, or staff signed an affidavit and you later found out they perjured themselves, would you take action or let that slide? I think the right thing to do is to take action on that. And the third thing I'd like to talk about is a fairly recent PRR that I'm involved in, which is PRR 5045. In short, it's a request to get information on a Zoom meeting that was held, that was talked about by Tom Odell and Kent Treen, and my guess is likely others, that explicitly excluded Pam Stewart. That is in process. It's going back and forth. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, are there any more callers?
We have one more hand raised. Oops. Mary Wichter?
Good evening. This is Mary Wichter, Sammamish for 23 years. I just wanted to speak about the public comment I wrote today. It's from your last meeting on 5/16. You're talking about having a task force for financial sustainability, which I think is a great idea. But based on the fact that I have gone to a lot of meetings in the past, I had attended quite a number of the finance committee meetings. I am not a person with financial savvy or the experience needed to be able to discuss the things, but I did see and hear a lot of things that were tried in the city in the past. So I have two comments that I suggested today. Is first, I feel strongly that whatever the charter is for this new task force of financial stability, it should include and really does need to have 2 or 3 of the present city council members who are interested and also have the financial savvy needed. Also, second, of the 4 members of the public, or maybe as an additional person on the task force, it seems vital, critical, and essential to include at least 1 strong council member from past councils. The reason that you want to do that is it helps provide history, relevant approaches, key thoughts, views on policy, both present and past, and just will generally work to add to this highly important, timely, short period of months where you're just really going to have a number of small meetings on something that's so important. So I hope that you'll consider strongly my input to incorporate this. I have participated in quite a few meetings and numbers of things throughout my life. The citizen advisory groups that were on more technical things, we had 13 to 14 people that came from different backgrounds and places and really got some good discussions and ideas going. So I think more than 9 people would be okay. And I think having current interested and financially savvy council members and also a past one would be highly beneficial. So thank you very much for your time today. Appreciate it.
Thank you. If there's no more public comment, then we'll continue. So we are now going into an executive session pending litigation pursuant to RCW 42.30.110 (1) Council may take action. It is 6:09. I anticipate 30 minutes may be required. So we will be back here at
6:39.
6:39.
And council may take action following.
Yeah, I did
Okay,
that.
perfect. Thank you.
The executive session has been extended. Excuse me, the executive session has been extended until 6:50 p.m. Councilmember Karen Howe extended it just 1 moment ago. Thank you.
Good evening. I will take an,
Oh, hold on.
until wait. Okay, good evening, and I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you and good evening.